What is culture and why is it different today versus the past? Historically, we used to look at vision, mission, and values as kind of this representation of our culture. And what we found, it was really the representation of one or two people within the organization. And it didn't resonate with everybody else that works for the organization. So as we've gone on over the years, we've seen this disconnect between the employees and what they view the culture is and what the organizational leadership believes its culture is. And we really need to bring that back together. So we need to reinvent what culture is. And I figured if we were going to reinvent what culture is, we probably shouldn't reinvent it. We should just go back and define our culture based on what it actually is. So culture, if you look at the definition, and there's many definitions, but one definition of culture is a series of behaviors and habits or actions that exist within a group. So if we were to look at building a culture within an organization or desired culture, we would probably look, or we should look at our internal behaviors and habits. But before we do that, we want to make sure that these behaviors and habits are really leading to something meaningful. So we've created what we call the Blendification culture, and that's a series of 4 elements that make up culture within an organization. And we'll use this company called MyDat as an example. And MyDat is a wearables company, technology wearables company. So if we dig down deep into the whiteboard, the strategy whiteboard for MyDat, we'll see that the 3 of the elements of culture are cause, intention, behaviors, and then beneath behaviors are habits. But this organization's cause is giving people greater personal awareness. And I'm just going to click here. If we drill deeper into that, we can see that the cause, giving people greater awareness, then leads to a statement of intention. And I'm going to move me out of the way here. And that statement of intention really is to advance technology, making personal data convenient and actionable for improving customers' well-being, enabling employees to realize personal value by positively impacting the health of their communities. So what this intention does, or this statement of intention, it addresses the organization's intention for its employees, its customers, and communities, key stakeholders within the organization. So if we even drill further into that and going down into that, again, the behaviors and habits. The behaviors and habits are really where culture lives. Now, we set up our cause and intention, but that's more aspirational and directional. But culture lives in the behaviors and habits of an organization. I'm going to click these off so you can see we can collapse this down. And you see this company, MyDat, has a series of 5 behaviors. One is openness to alternative viewpoints, experimentation, and adaptation. So that's a behavior, kind of an overarching behavior that the organization wants to see within the organization. And if we expand that out, that behavior is then supported by some specific individual habits that then come together to create an organizational habit. So these 5 habits, the first one is I will seek opportunities to learn from others. I will listen first with the intent to understand. Now, these are specific habits, meaning we need to practice them over and over again. So the idea and the construction of a culture really begins with identifying your behaviors and habits, your intention and your cause, and working through that. If we build all these out, now we have a series of behaviors and habits within an organization that really define our culture. So when we define our intentional culture, we can see that people can take ownership. They can become evaluated against this, both individually and teams collectively. Are we doing these things? Are we living by these behaviors? Are we forming the habits that are necessary for us to fulfill our intention and pursue our cause? And that's how we define and build a culture today, when people at all levels of the organization are striving to be more engaged with what's going on inside the company. So as leaders, let's give them the opportunity to be more engaged in the organization by intentionally defining the culture that is meaningful for everyone.